Glam date night look. The Quickie Concealer by Urban Decay to really lift the face. The YSL Lip and Cheek Balmy Tint. This is beautiful. Using the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Powder. This airbrushes you. These eye tints from Armani are perfect for adding a base. Adding some shimmer to my lid with the Urban Decay eyeshadow in Space Cowboy. Using the setting spray hack to apply this, and it makes such a big difference. This eyeshadow also just makes your eyes look so huge. Followed by the iconic Lancome Juicy Tubes lip gloss. I'm now ready to head out for the night.
This is my clean girl makeup for when I want a more natural look. It's super important that you use a hydrating concealer. I'm using the YSL Touche Eclat Concealer to highlight and lift my face. Then just lightly setting my under eyes and adding a bit of blush on my cheeks. This is going to give that super soft look. It's the YSL Lash Clash Mascara in brown. Finishing it off with the Lancome Juicy Tubes. I love this because it's a gloss, but it's not sticky at all.
Finally found a girl that you couldn't impress. Last man on the earth still couldn't get this. You're delusional, you're delusional. Boy, you're losing your mind. It's confusing.
Ready for me to go to the airport while I tell you about the guy whose number I got last night at dinner. Okay, so I literally walk in at dinner. We went to go eat at P.F. Chang's. Last night was the last night that we're here in Florida, and the host that sat us down, my grandparents thought he was so cute. They were like, that's the type of guy that you need to find. And they asked him to take a picture of us, which was so awkward as it was, because like here they were like talking about how cute he was while he was just standing there taking our picture. Like, it was really weird. Long story short, we end up sitting down, we get our food, whatever, and then they're like, tell that guy to come back over here and take another picture. At this point, they'd already been talking to him, like talking about him all dinner long, saying like he was so cute for me and like so respectful, so sweet, whatever. Which he was definitely really sweet. I'm not disregarding that whatsoever, but I'm just like, oh my gosh, they're crazy. I walk up to where he's standing and I'm like, hey, can you take another picture of us? And he's like, yeah, for sure. And I'm like, I just want to warn you, my grandparents are crazy and think you're so cute for me, so like, you've been warned. He literally was just like, oh, okay. And then we walk to our table, he takes a picture of us, and then my grandparents start going crazy, as expected. They're like, oh my gosh, how old are you? And they're all bombarding him with questions. They're like, oh my gosh, how old are you? Do you speak Spanish? Like, where are you from? Like, what's your name? I was cracking up. I love my grandparents. It was like a little embarrassing, but it was just like mostly just funny, and it was just like all for kicks and giggles. He got locked out of my phone, so he hands it back to me to put my password in, and I thought he was just gonna take a picture. No. My grandma was like, give her your number. And so he hands me back my phone and his number's in it. I was so in shock. I was not expecting it whatsoever, but whatever. Like, here I am, got his number. I go through dinner the rest of the night, like, a win is a win. And then it takes a turn for the absolute worse. Long story short, we're walking out of dinner and I'm the last to walk out in my family, and I walk out and he's like, come here for a second. I'm like, oh my god. Essentially, he's like, I didn't want to say anything in front of your family, but I have a girlfriend. He still gave me his number and the number was correct. At this point, I'm literally like, it's totally fine. Please don't even apologize. Like, whatever. And then I left. Texted him after and I kind of apologized. He's like, no, like, I thought it was funny. I figured it'd be worse for you if I said no. But it wasn't me who asked for his number. It was my grandma, like W Wing Woman. I literally told him, I don't even live here. I live in Dallas and I'm never gonna see you again anyway. So nothing would have come of it regardless. But seriously, that's one dinner I will never forget. I love you guys so much. More boy stories to come. Bye.
What is it? Oh, I love being a woman.
If you dance, I'll dance. And if you don't, I'll dance anyway. Give peace a chance. Let the fear you have fall away. I've got my eye on you. I've got my eye on you. Say yes to heaven. Say yes to me. Say yes to heaven. Say yes to me. You smell just like vanilla. You taste like buttercream. You're filling up my senses with empty calories.
Up. It's a little after 12. Make breakfast for myself. Leave
go to my friend's birthday party while we talk about this. A lot of us influencers push a certain narrative that gets misunderstood. I'm using my MAC Studio Fix Everywhere All Over Face Pen. This works as a foundation and a concealer. Let's try it out together. I feel like we're in that era where every girl wants to be that girl, and that is not a bad thing in any way. It's actually blending out so nice. The thing that's making it a bit misleading is how people forget to remind you that being that girl starts from the inside. It's what's inside of you that radiates outside. That's what we call aura. That's what people feel and sense when they come around you that makes you very interesting. It's not about the clothes or the shoes or the bags or the hair. Those are just added bits like icing on the cake. You get me? I don't think I've ever had a foundation that blends into my skin like this. If you haven't built yourself from within, you're not gonna be that girl. You're always just gonna keep trying to be that girl. First things first, work on that attitude. Not just when you're around people of high value. It's not selective. You need to be nice to everybody. That's how you actually learn to be that person. Next, you need to work on your hygiene. It's so important. It gives you a certain level of confidence that is unmatched. There's certain things that build your charisma, and those are the things I'm telling you now. Never forget this. Use whatever you have the best way you can. Don't try using all you have to impress people because you'll go broke. And being that girl, you don't want to be broke. Up next, you need to invest in yourself. It could be learning how to get your own hair done so you don't always have to go to the salon to spend money. It could be learning how to get your own makeup done so you always, turn out looking pretty with a nice face bit just like me. Think of ways that you can add something that will just make you be a better person. Following people that are in line with the kind of person or the kind of girl you envision yourself to be is actually free. Do you realize that you don't pay to follow people on social media? And you can literally just learn from these people for free. Up next, stop going out and looking down on yourself and thinking that you're less than anybody else. My favorite blush currently. I'm thinking we continue this talk on YouTube where we have more time to sit and discuss. So this is the finished look. Let me know if you want some more tips and I'll drop some more.
When I wake up in my own pink world, I get up out of bed